going on, vinyl community? Welcome to another video with the Record Spinner. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about why Jack White's album Lazaretto is an album that everyone must own in their vinyl collection. Now, let me start first by saying that the reason I got into vinyl collecting is because of Jack White and his label, Third Man Records. Since Jack is so passionate about the format, I always connected his artistry and craft to the format of vinyl, and what initially started as simply getting all of Jack's projects on vinyl has turned into all this. Now, Third Man does a lot of cool things with vinyl that are normally available in limited quantities, extremely hard to find, expensive, highly sought after by collectors, such as the Triple Decker record with a 7-inch inside a 12-inch, records pressed on X-ray film, liquid-filled records, all kinds of novelty vinyl pressings. But I think Third Man pulled out all the stops for the general buying public with the vinyl version of Jack White's 2014 album Lazaretto with what they call the Ultra LP. Now, what makes this the Ultra LP? On side A, instead of placing the needle on the outer groove of the record like 99% of other records out there, this one actually plays from the inner groove out. Not exactly the first record of its kind to do that, but it is a rather unique feature that also coincides with another cool feature, and that is a locked groove that plays on the outer edge of side A. A locked groove is one where the needle hits the groove and it plays infinitely. Some famous cases of locked grooves are at the end of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper and Pink Floyd's Atom Heart Mother, but having it play on the outer edge of a record is something that has never been done before in the world of vinyl. On side B, for the first track, Just One Drink, there are dual intro grooves. So basically, there are two different intros for the song. One is an electric intro, and one is an acoustic intro. These grooves are kind of side by side, and with any luck, if you lift your tone arm and place it in the same area where it was, you'll hear a different intro. And this is just for the first verse, and then the two grooves meet at the first chorus, and then it just becomes one groove for the rest of the song.
One of us is happy, one of us is mean. I love you.
And like other locked grooves that have appeared on other albums, there is one that plays at the end of side B. Now, on both sides of the record, there are under-label grooves on the record labels. Now, this innovation was debuted with the vinyl pressing of the Dead Weather's Sea of Cowards, released on Third Man in 2010, where basically they wanted to hide a song underneath the label, and it came out to where the label kind of got sucked into the grooves, and that technique was utilized with this record. And what takes it to another level is that the under-label groove on side A plays at 78 RPM, and the under-label groove on side B plays at 45 RPM. And with the album itself playing at its traditional speed of 33 1/3, this is indeed a record that plays at 3 speeds. Now, some tables don't come with a 78 RPM option, and some tone arms won't go too far beyond the dead wax area, but there are some videos out there that show what is featured on those under-label grooves.
Love some weed, some coke, some weed, smoking weed. I love some weed. I'm no pusher man. You want some coke or weed, some amphetamine, horse, pig, crank, shit. I'm your pusher man.
Bye.
On side A, within the Dead Wax area, is this 1-inch band that features, back then, a first of its kind, and that was a floating hologram of an angel, which corresponds with the album artwork. If you shine a light above your turntable and you look at the record at the right angle, the effect really kicks in. This etching was done by Tristan Duke of Infinity Light Science, all by hand, using various etching tools, not at all computerized, and this kind of started a trend with holograms etched into vinyl, with releases such as Rush's 2112, the Star Wars Force Awakens soundtrack, and Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. In regards to the presentation of the record itself, side A comes in a nice shiny finish like all records do, but on the B side it has a matte black finish, giving it the look of an old unplayed 78 RPM record, so they sanded down the metal parts in order to give off that effect, and the record itself was pressed to feature a flat edge to it, which is rarely used in modern vinyl manufacturing. I believe it was last used around the late 50s, so it was neat to have it featured in this vinyl pressing. Now, in the early days of Third Man, before they got their own pressing plant in Detroit, they were getting all of their stuff done at United Record Pressing, which made sense since it's right near the label's headquarters in Nashville. And while United's quality control and pressing quality is a can of worms I will not get into, I do have to give them props for bringing this record to life and going as far as to work with Third Man and making their ideas reality. Now, aside from all of the many features this record has, Bob Ludwig, who mastered the record, mastered it fully analog, tape to tape, without the use of compression, which is used in the digital version of the album. And the vinyl pressing also includes a different running order opposed to the digital and CD versions, which, in my opinion, the vinyl running order is superior. It just flows much better. And it also uses alternate mixes of the songs, which showcase different components of the songs. And this Ultra LP is still available for purchase on the Third Man website, as well as any other record retailer. For any colored vinyl enthusiasts or collectors, this record was released as part of the Third Man Vault subscription service, where it got a nice split blue and white vinyl variant with all of the various Ultra LP features. Now, with all of these features, you're probably wondering, what would this album give you from a musical standpoint? If you're a Jack White fan, then you are getting what you came for and you know what to expect. But for anyone who isn't fond of Jack's work, I think there's a little something for everyone on this record, as Jack does tend to be eclectic when it comes to his solo albums. There's some bluesy tunes on here, such as the cover of the Blind Willie McTell song 3 Women and That Black Bat Licorice. There is the irresistible funk of the title track, some great fiddle-filled country moments with things like Temporary Ground and Entitlement, and many more gems on this great record. This is definitely one of my favorites from the 2010s, and it's one that I have a lot of fondness for. Now, while some people may see this record as a sort of novelty product with all of its various beautiful gimmicks, Jack and Third Man knew exactly what they were doing and what they wanted to accomplish, and that was to get people into vinyl. They've always gone the extra step in releasing records that were unique in their right, and to get people interested in vinyl and kind of serving as a gateway drug for people who would want to pursue the hobby of vinyl collecting. And this record sure did what it had set out to do, because it ended up becoming the best-selling vinyl album of 2014, selling 87,000 copies. And while the features of this record are not common mainstays in all vinyl pressings, it showed how far the format could go. Having something as intriguing as this record is something that cannot be reciprocated with streaming or on a CD. So if you are a vinyl collector and you want to own one of the most unique pieces of vinyl for your collection, you must get Jack White's Lazaretto, as it is a must-have for any vinyl collector. If you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to support this channel, be sure to check me out on Patreon. See you guys in the next video, and most importantly, keep the records spinning.